First at 4, a bribery scheme uncovered in Lansing connected to licenses for medical marijuana.
Public corruption is a poison to any democracy.
Who admits to taking bribes and what's next? The suspect in 2 attacks on women in Detroit goes before a judge. So many people relieved there has been an arrest in these 2 cases. And Paula Tubman is live for us this afternoon. Hey, Paula.
Hi, Karen. Hi, everybody. Construction or reconstruction, mess or remess. We've got the latest on a major thoroughfare for commercial traffic as well as commuters. And Kim Adams, happy, beautiful day.
Well, a happy, beautiful day to you, too. The sun popped out this afternoon, but the big question now is how long is it going to stick around? I'll have the answers coming up in your forecast. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a suspect in 2 sexual assaults, including an attack on an 80-year-old woman, will stay behind bars. Now, there's no bail for 28-year-old Kenneth Dwight Davis of Detroit after his court hearing today. He is charged in the home invasion and assault of an 80-year-old victim over on Memorial Street near the Southfield Freeway and I-96. Her entire community rallied for days to search for the suspect. Police say he was found only after attacking a 64-year-old woman 8 days later at a bus stop at Grand River in Ferguson. Today, he was arraigned in both cases and will be back in court on April 18th. Our other top story is a corruption case involving a former Republican House Speaker in Michigan. He's among 4 men pleading guilty in a bribery scheme that's linked to licenses for medical marijuana. Kimberly Gill joins us from the newsroom with a closer look at these charges. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon to you. We continue to work this story a few hours after the announcement in Lansing. Former Michigan House Speaker Rick Johnson later became the chairman of the Medical Marijuana Licensing Board, and prosecutors say he took bribes to help businesses get licenses. Johnson and 3 other men have agreed to plead guilty to the charges against them. Prosecutors say the former lawmaker admitted he accepted about $110,000 in cash and other benefits that would influence his decision on the board. The other defendants include a businessman and 2 lobbyists. U.S. Attorney Mark Totten says it's extremely important to root out public corruption.
Those who wield the power of the state have a sacred responsibility to serve the people they represent. And when a government official takes a bribe, they violate that solemn duty in favor of the connected, the crooked, and ultimately themselves.
This marks one of the largest public corruption scandals in Lansing in 30 years. All 4 men are now cooperating with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office. They should be in court in the next week or 2. Right now, our Grant Herms is going through the charges and will share more about how the scheme worked. You can see his report when you join us for Local 4 News at 6 o'clock. For now, though, Karen, back to you.
All right, what a story. Thanks, Kim.
Sure.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis could be giving us a preview of the 2024 presidential race. The Republican was in Midland this morning, bringing his conservative views to a state that just saw a blue wave last November. DeSantis hasn't officially jumped into the presidential race, but he has been traveling around the country after winning re-election in Florida by a wide margin. Right now, he is speaking at Hillsdale College. Coming up at 5, we are going to take a look at how Michigan is already playing a key role in the next presidential race. The Detroit Tigers just ended their home opener against the Boston Red Sox. It didn't go the way Tigers fans hoped. Here's a live look at Comerica Park as it starts to empty out this afternoon. The Boston Red Sox won the game by a score of 6-3. Now, we've been covering the return of baseball all day long. We will be live at Comerica Park. Also have some post-game coverage for you tonight at 5 and 6 with Bernie Smilovitz leading our coverage. Now, in the first forecast, no pressure on Kim Adams today. The weather really was pretty nice for opening day in Detroit. We've seen some really crazy stories.
Right? I mean, there's been snow, sleet, and everything in between. Today was a little chilly, especially this morning for the tailgaters, but the sun broke out this afternoon, and it's sticking around through the next several hours and the next several days. It's 52 in Detroit, 53 at City Airport, 50 in Pontiac, 50 right now in Mount Clemens, lagging behind Howell, Ann Arbor, and Flint, all in the upper 40s. It has been a breezy afternoon. We talked about that yesterday. Right now, we've got wind gusts anywhere from 25 close to 30 miles per hour in Pontiac Metro Airport, 25 mile per hour gusts down in Monroe, and 24 mile per hour gusts in Mount Clemens, a little less than that for the folks in Port Huron. Widen the view for you here, and high pressure is starting to build in. The clouds are moving out, and it's going to leave us with a really nice end to the week. Tomorrow, Good Friday. Temperatures slightly below where they should be for this time of year, but a lot of sunshine all day long. I have a 7-day forecast that you need to stick around for, Karen. This one's for you.
All right.
You're going to like it.
I have a feeling it involves my sunglasses.
It sure does.
All right, thanks, Kim. All right, well, the city of Brighton is under a boil order right now, and that's after a water main break lowered water pressure, which then raises the risk of potential contamination. Residents are being warned to boil their water for 1 full minute and then let it cool before drinking, brushing their teeth, or making ice, or preparing food, or even washing the dishes. You can also use bottled water if you are lucky enough to have that. City says the order is precautionary. It's working to restore the pressure, and the water will be tested before that boil order is lifted. We're told that could take about 48 to 72 hours. We'll keep you posted. Well, you might call it orange barrel deja vu. Many of you are so sick and tired of road construction, but consider the commuters and the businesses who really rely on Mound Road in Macomb County. This is the stretch we're talking about. They're seeing new construction where the road was just fixed. Paula Tutman live in Sterling Heights for us this afternoon to explain what is happening on that critical road. Paula.
Right, Karen? I mean, we know it's Michigan. We've got 2 seasons, winter and construction. It is definitely construction season. But here in Macomb County, they are wondering whether or not this is construction or reconstruction. The mess is undeniable. That critical commercial thoroughfare of Mound Road that takes you from some of the area's most important manufacturing communities in northern Macomb County with a straight line to Detroit.
I thought it was done. I thought we were done with the traffic. We're on our way to the Tigers game. It's taking us too long.
In December, we talked about the progress on Mound Road and why it was so critical. But Ricky Mon, who is improving a strip mall between 14 and 15 Mile Road, who just did a nearly, unfortunately, non-existent grand opening for his new gym, BBR, Body by Rick, is dumbfounded.
We just did a grand opening. Unfortunately, it wasn't that big because we got all this construction going on Mound Road. It's affecting every business in this plaza. Stober Plaza is suffering from this, you know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people are going to look at the road. How are they going to turn in? There's not even a driveway that people can turn in this parking lot. You know what I mean? It's affecting everybody here.
This is a $230 million road resurfacing and improvement project for this mammoth economic corridor. 20,000 jobs a day depend on this thoroughfare. We traveled the construction route. So we picked up Mound Road at 12 Mile, right around 12 Mile, where you get to 696. We're having to crisscross back and forth and back and forth. I started my stopwatch, and as you can see, it has taken us nearly 12 minutes to go just 2 miles. It took us a total of 16 minutes to travel 4 miles to 16 Mile Road. Macomb County Department of Roads explained last year that they would need to do more construction in the spring, and it is spring. But what motorists want to know about is what appears to be reconstruction, tearing up what was done, and amazing, just 4 months ago.
One day we wake up and the road's just like torn up, and we went to sleep and the road was good.
We do have some restoration that still needs to be done. We are taking lanes at some of the intersections because we still have to construct the intersection signals and the mast arms and stuff like that.
The long and short of it is the medians still need work, traffic lights installed and other critical pieces of infrastructure. And then landscaping needs to be done from 15 Mile to M59. And then south of 15 Mile to 696, it's the actual start of the resurfacing and improvements.
We're going to have to come back with intermittent lane closures throughout the season this year on this stretch of road as we reconstruct the south portion also.
Karen, did you hear that? 16 minutes to go 4 miles. You can certainly feel for the businesses as well as the commuters. This doesn't speed up the mess, it doesn't help the mess, but it does help explain the mess, or in some cases, what certainly feels like the remess. But keep in mind, by next summer, all of this, we're talking about all of this will be unfettered, unobstructed, basically thoroughfare, 8 lanes. And that's something that's important for commerce, as well as the Defense Department, as well as manufacturing.
Definitely have to find that little positive grain there, that's for sure, Paula. But in the meantime, it is a hard thing to deal with. Pack your patience, as they say. Thanks, Paula.
Yeah.